Gina, thank you. After Friday's murder-suicide, we've all been thinking about it at Independence High School. The teens going back to school this morning to find two empty desks. We reach out to an expert this morning to talk about how we as parents can help our teens navigate through profound negative emotions and how to know when you've really got a problem you need to address right away. Licensed professional counselor Dr. Ellie Izzo is joining us. You're currently the psychology advisor at AZT Magazine and have a lot of experience in talking about how to talk to young people. And you were telling me off the air that we just don't approach mental health with young people the way that we should as another health concern.
Yeah, it's really interesting how our physical health is treated by parents as an ebb and flow. Our children feel better some days, worse some days. Maybe they have a cold, maybe they have a flu or strep throat. The parents tend not to regard the mental health of their children as an ebb and a flow, and some days are better than others. And it's so critical for parents to educate themselves on the feeling of experience of humans, particularly adolescents that have so many moving parts to their emotional well-being.
So we need to expand probably our own vocabulary in terms of how we're talking about maybe our own mental state and how we ask a young person about how they are feeling and reacting.
Yeah, and typically when we talk to our adolescents, because they are really sort of not in touch with their emotions, having very little education about it, they will typically answer us with blanket statements like, how do you feel? Fine. What's going on? Nothing. Are you really upset about what happened? No, not really. So the best way to move into our teens' feeling experience is by getting in through their thoughts, which are different than feelings. Tell me, what were you thinking when this happened? What are your thoughts about who was included? How do you think about the surrounding people? So when we use the child's thinking as the gateway, we can start to tap into some of their feeling experiences around it. We really need to take this very seriously. Statistics show that a teen commits suicide every 100 minutes in our country.
And on Friday, we saw not only a suicide, but a murder between 15-year-old girls. So how do you realize that there's that rage there brewing, and how do you address that?
Well, first, we certainly want to extend our most heartfelt sympathies and compassion to the parents of these two young women. And yes, rage may have been part of the dynamic, but what we know psychologically is that rage is always a cover for a feeling of shame or embarrassment. So my forensics tell me something humiliating or embarrassing was part of that mix. And once again, these are negative, intense, passionate emotions. And as parents, it's incumbent on us through compassion, connection, and community to help our children grow with their emotional well-being. Don't try to make your child feel better. Don't fall in that trap. Feel with them. Stay connected. That time where you're driving them in the car, you're coming back from a soccer game, creates a safe emotional connection between parent and child, and get them in a community in real time. Just as your shows show the service dogs, and get them in activities that calms them down and makes them feel part of the bigger picture.
Dr. Izzo, thank you so much. It's really impactful to talk to you and to try to digest what has gone on and how maybe we can prevent this from happening. So thank you again very much for your time. We want to let you know, remind you all that there is that Teen Lifeline peer-to-peer counseling hotline available to your kids. The phone number is 602-248-TEEN. That's 8336. We'll take a break. Good morning, Arizona. We'll be right back.